how to improve your show rate on your VSL call funnel or your opt-in funnel for your webinar in the next 7 minutes. So this is the most important video that you can watch if you are struggling with show rates, if you're showing with lead quality, lead quantity. If your marketing are blaming your sales, if your sales are blaming your marketing, these are the only 4 steps that you can use as a business owner, if you're a sales guy, if you're a marketer, to improve your show rates and to check where the bottleneck is. Let's get straight into it. Number 1 is your confirmation page. This is the first step in the research phase. This is the first touch point that this person is going to have in your pre-call sequence. This person has gone from, okay, I'm interested, to being in research mode. The number 1 thing that you need to understand is this person is saying, how can I get fucked by this person? What are the chances? What are the likelihood of this happening? You need to make sure that you are addressing absolutely everything in your confirmation page and you are not treating it as an afterthought. So what are we going to do? I'm going to show you 3 different types of funnels, one from our client, one from our mentor, and one from an offer doing 3.5 million a month. So let's go straight into it. Okay, we're on to the Master Internet Marketing page. This is from our mentor, Jeremy Haynes. Again, like I said, step 2 of 2, complete great work. He is reaffirming the person's choice. You've completed our application process. Watch the video below for clear next steps. He is telling the person, this is exactly what I want you to do to make sure that the expectations are set, and I want you to watch this video. Simply put, on the thumbnail, he answers any FAQs, sets the expectations in 2.5 minutes, says you're going to get a text from this number, which is going to improve your reply rates, going to reduce that skepticism from the consumer, and then a few common questions answered. What are these objections? What are the most common objections that are coming up inside of his business? As you can see, you have Jordan Lee here. Important your call is only tentatively scheduled. This is one thing that I don't really agree on. It's the fact that these people have to jump through more hoops. They need to do something. I need you to do more. What you want to do is reaffirm their choice. Make them psychologically feel like they've made the right decision. Watch this short video so we don't cancel your call. Again, this is pretty scarcity language. Can work for some businesses, can work against others. So make sure that you find what works for you. Test both. Some more social proof, and then you have any questions, and then testimonials here. And then for our client, as you see, great news, your strategy call is scheduled. Team member will reach out shortly to confirm your time. The only reason we don't have a phone number here is because we have multiple phone numbers per setter, per closer. So we prefer to just have the add to calendar button. Again, answering FAQs, making sure that we're setting the expectations for what's going to happen on the call, answering all of our most common objections that have come up in the past 60 to 90 days from our ICP. And then we have some success stories then and interviews from our client. Now let's get straight back into this side of things. So don't sleep on the confirmation page. Number 2, set our pre-call best practices. This is super important. You don't want to simply rely on the AI generated confirmation emails, confirmation messages, and just that's the only touch point between the setter and the prospect. You want to make sure that your setter is actively reaching out, actively providing value, actively building that know, like, and trust factor, building the excitement with the prospect and making them feel like they're important. That's the most important thing. Make them feel like they're important. So we like to follow the jab, right hook method. Value before you ask for anything. So for example, here are 2 messages that we can usually send. Hey name, setter name from business. Reviewed your application. Looking forward to our call. I've got 2 resources that will help you before our call. A can be a case study. B can be a breakdown of how we can help you. Which one would you like? Again, providing value straight away. Engagement hook, engagement bait. This person is going to reply. Or for example, if you just have 1 resource, have a resource which breaks down topic relevant to their situation. Want me to drop it here for you? Again, that's getting a simple yes, no answer. You're giving them value. They're going to reply to it. Now, number 3, you have your value-driven content and email sequences. So the second that someone books, right, this is one thing that I want to stress. Nowadays, post Andromeda, as soon as somebody books onto your funnel, for example, your property development offer, AI offer, if you are a sales agency offer, as soon as somebody books, Meta is going to feed your competitors' ads to that person straight away. Meta want to make more money. They do that by getting more conversions for more people to improve their or increase their ad spend and get more results. What you want to make sure you're doing is you are getting in front of your audience straight away. Short form content, long form content that addresses first layer questions, second layer questions, expectations and objections. Goes back to the familiarity bias effect. The more somebody sees you, the more somebody gets to know you, the more likely they are to convert, the more likely they are to choose you over your competitor. Yeah, you can pause the video here. You can see what the custom audiences look like, what the conversions look like. And of course, just to briefly put it this way, we include anybody who's scheduled or somebody who has submitted an application, and then we exclude 3-second video views. So if somebody views Hammer Them Sequence 11 for 3 seconds, they won't see that piece of content again. They'll get moved to Hammer Them Ad Content 12, and so on and so on and so on. I wanted to show you as well the sequence for sales calls. So when somebody books in a sales call, you want to make sure that you are hitting them in specific periods about how many emails they're going to get. So for example, with this client, we tested out 18 at the start, saw that that wasn't overly resonant. It was kind of pissing people off, which is completely valid. So we put it down to 9, then we moved it up to 11, and then we dropped it down to 10, and that was a sweet spot that we found. So find out what works for your business, but you're providing value, other resources, transparency, the narrative, again, following your first layer, your second layer, your expectations, and your objections. Number 4, finally then, is your AI manipulation. Prospects are Googling you, they're asking ChatGPT again, how can you get scammed, how can they get fucked by you? What you want to make sure is anything that the AI is feeding them is in your favor. It's true, it's transparent, it's up to date. You want relevant information, clear, transparent pricing, good Trustpilot reviews, good Reddit threads, stuff like that helps you out a lot. Or simply what you can do is just horse out a lot of content onto multiple platforms. So let's say when the AI goes scraping the internet, the first page is always going to be in your favor. It's always going to be value-driven content. One thing that I will stress is I want you to take a look at this. I'm going to send you the link into the description here. I want you to watch this video. This is one of the best videos that you can use to improve your show rate. Helping you do your research. Is this a scam? You are addressing head on if you're a scam. It's such a pattern interrupt. We've seen such a large increase in our show rates and a reduction in our skepticism from this one video alone. So I'm going to share the link. I advise you to watch that video. So just to sum up, how do you actually increase your show rates? What are the 4 steps you need to do? Don't sleep on your confirmation page. Make sure your setters are going the extra mile. Number 3, making sure that your value-driven content and email sequences are going out to this person so much that it'd be a no-brainer for them to go with you guys. And then number 4 is AI manipulation. So if you like that video, make sure to like it, subscribe, watch that video that I have in our URL that I'm putting in the description as well. And if you want us to do this for your business, make sure to hit the link, top link. It's going to be a free audit. We find that one bottleneck that's stopping you from scaling. Some simple stuff like this could be that one bottleneck for you. So I'll see you on the next video.